everyone. This is Tim on the Online Big Blue, bringing you the best in New York Giants sports talk and entertainment. Can you smell it? It's in the air. It's the stench of desperation by the New York Giants Knicks. Yeah, I called them the New York Giants Knicks because this was a typical Knick move for years. You go out and find the first round flame out draft choice, who they were going to revitalize his career. And what do the Knicks do? They take a flyer on Isaiah Wilson, Titans first round bust from 2020. And this isn't his second shot. This is basically his third shot because he got cut from Miami 3 days after the team traded for him. This guy evidently has some talent. He was taken, 29th overall? But he's had so many issues. He's had a litany of issues. And in his brief stint in the NFL, off-field issues is not even the word for it. Months after he was drafted, he evidently broke NFL COVID protocols by attending a party at Tennessee State. He allegedly jumped from he jumped from a second-story balcony to evade police. He was placed on the COVID reserve list for 2 weeks after the incident, and it was the second time the team placed him on the list after he was being drafted. Days before the team's first game in 2020, he was arrested again for an alleged DUI. You could say his first season was rocky. He automatically drew criticism by John Robinson, the general manager of the Titans, and who said that the current version of Wilson was not the player that the team drafted. Wilson then, in his brilliance, tweeted, "Done with the Titans." He later kind of deleted He deleted the tweet. In March, the Titans just said they had enough. So they dealt him to Miami for a future pick. Wilson the final straw for the Titans. Oh, this is great though. And we found this out later. The final straw for the Titans came in January before the March trade. He was arrested for leading police on a car chase that the police said reached 140 miles an hour. You can't make this stuff up. The Dolphins at the time when they traded for him were aware of the arrest, but they didn't know the full details. 3 days after the trade became official, he was cut, the Dolphins cut him. He reportedly showed up late for his physical and team orientation and did not attend not one, but two optional workouts after telling the team he was going to be there. So what do the Giants do? Well, they run out and sign him. It's a reclamation product. Like, just take a look at this Twitter sphere. God. So the Giants are thinking this. Wilson grew up in Brooklyn. He's also familiar with Rob Sale, who recruited Wilson to Georgia, who tried to... Oh, my God. So, I mean, you can't make this stuff up. If you look at this from a PR perspective, the Giants are so bad and have been such a laughingstock over the last 3 weeks that you do this. You put you know what you do? You put the cherry on top of the ice cream, on top of the Cool Whip, on top of the ice cream, and that's the cherry on top. That's how bad this looks. If you go just from an optical perspective, this is how bad it looks. If you are from the outside. I had a friend who is a Saints fan, which is kind of funny because we're going to be playing them. And he was laughing so hard when he called me. He goes, "Do you understand what the Giants just did?" I said, yes, it was a typical Knick move. Because he's also a huge Knick fan. You don't really have an explanation for this, man. I mean, you scratch your head sometimes what the Giants do recently. But this just makes me sit there and go, it's not even things that make you go, No, it's not even that. It's things that make you go, I don't know what the hell this team is thinking. I thought it was interesting. There was an article about old Kenny G on his lack of explosive plays. And he says, I really don't have an answer for that, which is an honest answer. At the end of the day, I'm going to run what the guys want me to run. I just look at it as whatever my number is called. I want it to go out there and make the plays. If it's short or if it's long, I got to go out there and make the play. That's my mindset. I'm not feeling the pressure at all. Sure you are. You just signed a $72 million contract. You wanted to come to New York was really the only team who was in a bidding war for you. And I've said there was conversations and lack there conversations in Detroit that nobody cared that you left. And if you were baby Megatron, you would think people would be a little bit more upset. I remember when Megatron and Sanders retired, the whole freaking Lions Nation was crushed. Now they're just like, yeah, let him go. We're good. We're all right. And again, we can't. Everyone just wants to fault the play calling. Again, nobody wants to look at the quarterback. Nobody wants to look at the giant philosophy that Joe Judge is actually putting out there for the team. Nobody wants to look at that. We just want to blame Jason Garrett. It just makes it so much easier. It makes it simple. We just blame Jason Garrett because we know that Joe Judge can do no wrong. Well, now he can. And I laugh because I had the sound effect going for a while that people can't question Joe Judge.
How dare you question Joe Judge?
Oh, but now people question him all the time. It's just, but like I said, it's. I don't want to get into the philosophy. Also, Joe Judge was talking about analytics and stuff like that because that's just utter nonsense. If you want to listen to that, go someplace else because I'm not going to get into that. I'm not going to get into the Twitter sphere on this because you know what it's when you see moves like this.
Are you crazy? Ow!
Yeah, I'm crazy. What made you think I was safe?
Because it's just crazy. It's a crazy move by the Giants. It like I said, it reeks of the Knicks. We're gonna do a breakdown on Friday of the Saints game. I actually might do a live stream Friday. I haven't decided yet. Some people asked me to do it, and I'm kind of getting a little burned out. I'm burned out with life, not with the Giants right now. Got a lot going on in Casa de Online Big Blue. The move is going to be completed in a couple days, or I should say the closing is going to be completed very shortly. So, I mean, we got a lot going on, but I may do a stream, just kind of blow off some steam. I don't think I mentioned it yesterday, but I want to thank the Bad Dog for having me on his show. That was fun. I always enjoy speaking to him about the Giants. I could speak to him for a long time about the Giants. You can usually tell by how long we usually are on that show. Thank God it was after midnight. Because I was thinking to myself, if we had started like at 9, we probably would have finished after midnight. Well, we did, but after like 12:30 or so. Nobody wants to hear us talking that long. I guess they did. There was a lot of people on the stream, so I'm like I said, great channel. If you don't subscribe, and probably you already do. Of course, that's Bad Dog Sports. Can't think of anything else I really want to talk about today because I am extremely tired, and the Black Rifle coffee is not kicking in yet. And I did mention before, Black Rifle has their new pumpkin spice out. It's called the Headless Horseman. If you're into coffee, that's the way to go. And again, this is Tim with Online Big Blue, bringing you the best of New York Giants sports talk and entertainment. And as always, if you could if you subscribe, ring that bell, you think what that means, that'd be awesome.